y'all, it's Ilana and welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been quite a while since I have done a video on dating and being single. So for this video, I'm going to be telling you some of the worst dating advice that I have gotten as a single individual, and as I'm sure many other single individuals have gotten. So if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I'm Ilana. I post content about what it's like to navigate life and dating in Portland. So if you're thinking about moving to Portland, or maybe you're just single navigating the dating world, wherever the case may be, go ahead and subscribe down below to join the Kitten Squad because I think you'll really like it here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Singles get the short end of the stick when it comes to advice, and a lot of the advice that we get typically tends to be very unhelpful. It's very belittling. It makes us feel like that we're in the wrong or that we're doing something wrong, when sometimes just being single is just something that we can't always control in life. And I'm here to just like debunk a lot of the bullshit that us single individuals have ever experienced or have gotten. So one of the first ones that I absolutely hate, and that is such unhelpful advice to singles, is it will happen when you least expect it. First of all, we're not expecting it right now in this very moment. Like, what do people even mean when they say that? That when you're not thinking about a relationship that it's gonna come to you? Because trust me, there have been many times where I have not thought about a relationship, and guess what? Nothing happened. So this is like such stupid and unhelpful advice that I wish we could stop sharing to people, because it's also like saying, well, you're trying too hard, trying to do not so much, and then you'll find a partner. And it's always coming from people who are partnered. To my friends who are in relationships, how did you meet your partner? Were you expecting it? Were you not expecting it? Because there's no such thing as the right time or place to when you're gonna find your forever partner in life. It's just really harmful. It's not helpful. We're not expecting it all the time. And even if we were, it's perfectly okay to want and desire a relationship. And for you to say like, oh, don't think about it and it'll come to you, that's just not how life works. And we need to stop with this narrative that singles need to stop looking and to not think about a relationship, and then a relationship is going to come to them. Basically, this goes into the next thing that is very contradictory of what the same people say as well. You have to put yourself out there. Well, didn't you just say that I can only get into a relationship when I don't expect it and when I'm not putting the effort? So now you're telling me that I have to put in the effort? Make it make sense, Karen. I absolutely can't stand when people say, oh, put yourself out there. First of all, where's there? Show me where there is, because I definitely go out and I do things. I go on dating apps, and guess what? It is still not giving me and many other single people, regardless of your gender, results. Like, don't tell me to put myself out there when I'm out there, whatever there is, living my life. So first you're telling me to not try hard, now you're telling me to try hard. Make it make sense. I'd love to know, again, unhelpful advice that you should stop sharing to single people. And again, for those who are in relationships, cut this shit out, because I know it's you that's saying it. Oh, this is like my favorite one that people say to singles, and I've gotten it from time to time. I used to believe this once upon a time was in college. I absolutely do not believe this anymore. But it is that you have to love yourself first, or else how are you gonna love somebody else? First of all, I do love myself. I've loved myself pretty much since college, and of course there were things that I did over time to improve myself and make somebody better. But first of all, even if somebody doesn't love themselves, that doesn't mean that they're not worthy and not capable of finding love. Like, seriously, who made up this rule? Because I can guarantee you, for the people who got into relationships, they probably didn't love themselves when they got into that relationship. I don't know their whole stories. It is very, very unhelpful for you to say stuff like that, because that's you saying you don't love yourself, therefore you're not worthy of loving somebody else, and therefore somebody is loving of you. That's not how it works. I do believe you should work on yourself and always better yourself, which can make you better in a relationship. But even if you're a really good person who maybe has insecurities and is working on themselves or is trying their best to get over some sort of obstacle in their life that may be preventing from loving themselves, that doesn't mean that they're not worthy of love. This is such a harmful narrative that we need to stop telling single people, because again, I can guarantee you many of you hypocrites out there did not love yourself when you got into your relationship. Like, let's be real here. Let's be real. This is one that I absolutely cannot stand, and I feel like it's targeted more towards women than it is towards men. Give them a chance, because nobody else better is gonna come along if you don't settle down for this person. I'm sorry, but no, I don't need to give this person a chance. If I'm not into that person, I'm not gonna waste my time giving them a chance. Seriously, like, when have we ever said to men, oh, give her a chance, give them a chance, they're a great person, she's a great person? No, never. We never tell men this. Like, tell this to all the guys that never gave me a chance, because trust me, there were many guys that I really liked when I was in grad school and college who did not give me a chance, who said, we are better off as friends, I only see you as a friend, but no, please give me a chance, I'd make a great partner to you. No, like, if they're not interested, they're not interested. Accept it. If someone says they are not interested, do not beg them to give you a chance. Because if you have to beg somebody to give you a chance and to say, like, oh, I'm a great person, I'm better than that jerk, then you're probably not better than that person. You clearly got some insecurity issues and you're jealous and you think that you're better than that individual, and you probably don't know anything about that individual. That is why women will get angry with men who claim that they are a nice guy when really they're actually not a nice guy, because no self-respecting actual nice guy would convince you that they are the better option. And even if they were the better option, they wouldn't be telling their friends that, because they respect and care about that friend more than they want. It's one thing if you actually have interest in somebody and you want to share your feelings, and if they're not returned, yes, it's gonna suck, it's gonna hurt. Nobody likes it when love is unrequited. It's definitely not a very good feeling, but unfortunately that's how life works. Sometimes people's feelings are not going to be returned, and it stings, it hurts. But we learn and we grow and we move on as a person to become stronger, and we will find somebody who will return those feelings. Just remember, you don't want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with you. If somebody doesn't want to be with you, let it go. You deserve to be with somebody who does want to be with you. So stop saying, give this person a chance, because that it's going to be too late and that they need to settle down and that's the best that they have going for them. That's absolutely not true. We know what we want, and we're not going to lower our standards, because lowering our standards is going to actually make us more unhappy. Being in a relationship is not going to make you a happier and better person. So many people get into relationships thinking that's going to solve their happiness, and it doesn't. You can absolutely be happy and single. Even if I become single for the rest of my life, whatever, it's not the end of the world. I still have plenty of other people who are around me that can give me the exact same company and love and attention that I want. Maybe not physically and sexually, but it doesn't matter, because there's so much more to life than having a partner, and it's not an insult to be single. So let's cut that shit out and change that narrative, please. This leads me to the next thing. Oh, well, you're too picky. Okay, if you think wanting somebody who is kind-hearted, who is somebody that I can find physically attractive, who likes cats and wants kids is picky, personally, I think that's the bare minimum. I don't think that's asking for too much for somebody who is kind, loves cats, wants kids, and is just overall a good person. That's not asking for too much, along with like being good looking. And also just remember, looks are subjective. Women are always being said that they're too picky, when in reality, they have standards. Do I agree some standards are absolutely unreasonable? Yes. Like, for example, with height. If I see my fellow short women, like 5'1" girls who want people who are at least 6 feet tall, I'm sorry, I think that's an unreasonable preference, because like, why do you need somebody to be that much taller than you? Because most people are already going to be taller than you to begin with. So that's when I could say, you know, be open to shorter guys, because height is just a really stupid subjective thing. I do think some preferences can be unreasonable within certain circumstances, but that's a whole nother issue that we're talking about. What I am saying is that stop telling people that they need to lower their standards when the standards are really the bare fucking minimum. That is why we end up staying single because we can't even find people who do the bare minimum, and we shouldn't be celebrating people who offer the bare minimum. But unfortunately, like, I may have to celebrate people who do the bare minimum because I haven't gotten that. I haven't gotten somebody who communicates well, who is loving and affectionate, who is very kind, and has the only two small non-negotiables that I really want, which is, again, can't hate cats, does want kids. That's not hard to ask because there are plenty of men out there who do want that and love kids, or love cats and kids. But do I think some preferences are unreasonable? Yes. But telling somebody that they're too picky just for wanting the bare minimum, that's just disgusting. Like, get out of here. Spare me with that. Sorry, you're unhappy in your relationship, or you feel like you're better than somebody else because you're in a relationship. That's not okay either. This one I hate. It's so stupid, but it's don't text them immediately after they send you a text back. Wait 3 hours because they waited 3 hours to get back to you. No. See, that's called playing games. No. If you like a person, text them. If you send 2 texts after another, aka double texting, you did not lose your chances with that person. You didn't jinx that. If somebody feels scared off by you sending a text message first, that is absolutely not your person, and you deserve to be with somebody who is mature and is not going to get scared off by you saying like, hey, how are you? The next text, do you want to hang out this Saturday? If somebody is like, oh my god, that's way too much for me, oh my goodness, not your person. Not your person. If you like the person, text them. And if they like you, they will respond back to you and be receptive to your message. It's really not rocket science. Oh my god. This next one is so annoying, and unfortunately more women get told this than men, but, well, if you don't find somebody now, you're gonna be alone for the rest of your life. As if that is a bad thing. This is what we call, everyone, projection. Some people may not have a partner for the rest of their life, and guess what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The people who say you were going to be alone for the rest of your life are the ones who do not want to be alone for the rest of their lives. They are the ones who are actually scared that they're going to be alone for the rest of their life, and they're the ones who are going to depend on a partner for their happiness. And they're also very judgmental and think that being in a relationship is better than being single. One is not better than the other. Are there people out there who prefer to be in a relationship? That's fine. Like, I definitely would want to be in a relationship, and I definitely don't want to be single for the rest of my life. But at the same time, it's not going to be the end of the world if I am. Singleness does not mean unhappy. And no matter how many times I will say that, people in my comment section will be like, oh no, you actually are going to be unhappy and alone, and you're going to cry for the rest of your life with all your cats. First of all, don't threaten me with a good time. I love cats. People are also forgetting I have friends, I have family that I stay in touch with and I love. Do you guys forget about friends and family? Like, what? I'm sorry if you're lonely, maybe you don't have friends and family, but like, those people exist too. Those people can also bring you happiness. So let's stop telling people, especially women, this narrative. Singleness is not a bad thing. Being alone for the rest of your life is not a bad thing. Also, being alone and lonely are 2 different things. It's one thing if you are lonely, then yes, there are things you can do to change that, but to be alone is completely different, and it's not a bad thing. We need to stop villainizing that being single and alone is this bad negative thing that's gonna plague you for your life, because again, those are the people who fear that the most, and they are projecting that onto you, and they will never believe a word I say because they don't want to hear the truth. And I know people are gonna come for me in the comments and say that what I'm saying is stupid and that it's not true that I'm gonna be sad and lonely. And again, they're talking about themselves because their feelings are trying to be projected onto me to make me feel bad, even though it won't. If I am single for the rest of my life, so be it, not the end of the world. Alright, I think I've ranted on enough about that one. This is the last one. You should go out with this person because they have the same things in common as you. Just because someone has the same things in common with me and we have similar interests does not mean that that person is perfect for me. One of my friends tried to tell me that I should go out with his best friend, and the reason was, well, we're both Jewish and we like cats. Okay, so what's your point? That was him projecting his feelings onto me, and I already had a conversation with him about this because that actually really bothered me when he said that to me. Just because somebody has certain common interests does not mean that those people are going to be compatible and right for you. That's also like saying somebody, oh, well, I wouldn't date this person, but you should date this person. It's very belittling and it's not helpful. And it can make single people feel shittier than what they were feeling before. If we want your help in finding somebody, we will ask you. But for you to say like, oh, you should go out with this person because of da 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 da, that's not helping. If we are receptive to it, great, cool, awesome. But I can guarantee you most of it's gonna be unwelcoming. People go at their own paces in life. So if I maybe don't want to be dating anyone right now, I'm gonna say I'm not interested in dating, please leave me alone and drop it. You need to respect that decision. Stop telling people that they should be going out with somebody just because of a common interest. That doesn't mean you're gonna be compatible. So let's stop that, use your best judgment, and actually talk to your friends about what they really want and look for in a partner. And again, if we want your help, we'll come to you, okay? Well, I think that was a lot of ranting for one video. I would love to hear in the comments down below what is some of the worst advice you've gotten as a single person. Let's all vent and rant together. If you liked this video and you thought you could relate to it, make sure you do give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!